How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be talking about something I've been really excited for lately, and that is Marvel's new Predator comic. We're talking about the first issue today, and I've been looking forward to this for a while. I love the Alien and the Predator stuff, and Marvel's Alien comic, they did pretty well. A little more violent than I thought Marvel would get away with, and, seeing things in the Alien comic like Bishop showing up, overall I thought it was pretty fun. But that being said, even though they're the same universe, the Alien and Predator are different, and success in one doesn't necessarily mean success in the other, so I was, cautiously optimistic and really hoping this book would come out well, and I'd have to say I really did like it. It has interesting promises of things to come and a really cool lead character. A brief, non-spoilery plot synopsis. It's the early days of space travel, and a predator attacks a scientific exploration ship. They're going out and charting the planets and seeing what life is on them. Well, they all get killed except for this one little girl. She's the sole survivor of the attack, and we cut to 15 years later. She's all grown up, and she's a predator hunter. She's on her ship alone in the galaxy with just her AI for companionship, and she has killed a bunch of predators, but she has to find the one that killed her family all those years ago. And she's a really cool character. You get a sense of history about her. She's killed several predators before, and you can tell that she knows what she's doing through a system of trial and error that has lasted her years and years. Even things just like the little details of all the scars on her face, you can tell that this character has been through a lot, and that they're constantly just barely keeping the ship together, barely staying afloat, and really pushing their way through the galaxy, trying to find this one specific predator. And it also opens up some possibilities that I really hope the book explores. What does the rest of the Predator galaxy look like? That was one thing that kind of bugged me in the AVP world. We see the aliens and we see the predators, but we don't get to see too many of the other planets. If there are 2 alien species out there, there surely should be more, and we briefly get to see a new alien species in this book, which I thought was really cool. I mean, the Predator ships are full of skulls. I want to see this big, cool space adventure and see what some of those other skulls belong to. So I hope that we get to see more as the world goes on. Early days of space travel, things aren't set up as well. This is the 2050s, I believe, and the Alien books are in like the 2100s. So seeing things a little more, primitive, where it's a lot harder to travel through space, I think that has a lot of potential as well. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see this new character explore this world, and I really hope we do get a good planet hopping, struggling to keep the ship aboard, fighting desperately, trying to hunt this one thing. There is a lot of potential in this story, and I really hope it does pan out over the next few issues. But like I said, a good, tough character, someone on a mission, and yeah, it was just really fun. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the close-up camera. We'll crack open the book, take a look at some of the art and some of the story. Again, no major spoilers, but if you guys want a little bit of a deeper dive, I'm gonna switch to the close-up camera and we can take a closer look at this. Alright, here we are inside the castle taking a closer look at Marvel's Predator issue 1. Right off the bat, you can clearly see the really big number 1 they put there. I think that's kind of funny. You really do want to advertise when a new plot arc starts, and everybody loves their all-new issue 1s. Classic Predator logo, and a pretty good cover overall. I mean, a Predator looking right at the camera, holding a human skull with a nice neon background that it contrasts against pretty well. Yeah, a good cover. Flip it to the back. I want to show you guys something really quick. They do have an ad for the Alien book, and last time they left that super vague, but now they're saying it's coming out in September. Last time we heard it just said soon, so that's good to see that it definitely has a release date. And cracking this open, why there is a cold open, I'm just going to show you guys the credits first. We get Predator, and then we see this little previously on, and I do always love when books do previously on, but here we're talking about Predator, Predator 2, Predators with an S, and we even get The Predator. And it talks all the way up to The Predator. I know when Marvel did their Aliens books, Alien book, they didn't talk about 3 and 4, so I was wondering if they were going to talk all the way about The Predator, but yeah, they do. And then it says now we're in 2056. On this other part here, we see that this story arc is called Day of the Hunter, and it's going to be 6 issues. It's written by Ed Brisson with art by Kev Walker, and then we get the rest of the credits there. Now, after this, I'm going to go ahead and crack open and talk a bit about the story. I'll try to avoid too many major spoilers, but that being said, this is an issue 1. This is primarily set up. I'll go a little deeper than I normally would do, but I do want to show you guys this book and get you guys the feel for it. But anyway, we open up with a fight between 2 predators. We also get an ad for Prey there. I haven't seen Prey yet. I don't have Hulu. I really wish that the movie got a theatrical release so I could go watch it, but I guess I gotta find a friend who has Hulu. I don't know. But anyway, we get to see the 2 predators fight, and then we get the big opening reveal of this book. One of the predators kills the other, but the victor wasn't actually a predator. It was a human that has taken a bunch of predator technology and now has a suit of armor. But who is this human? Well, we'll go back in time and find out. It's 2041, so a few years, 15 years before what we just saw, and we get to see this little girl. They're on a scientific mission, and she's sketching out this frog thing. I always love to see, even if it's just a silly frog, I love to see new alien species in the alien predator world. But her parents come and say, hey, don't wander off, we don't know what's on this planet. And speaking of not knowing what's on this planet, the father gets those classic red laser lights, and then he'll be shot, and the mother and the daughter have to run away. So that's going to be her origin story, and we will cut back to that a few times throughout the book. But then we cut back to the present, and we see that this is the little girl all grown up, and she spent the last 15 years learning how to be a predator hunter. And I really do like that they give her, you know, like you can see all the little scars on her face. You can tell that she didn't just know all this stuff. She had to learn it over time. And after this, we get a fun sequence where she goes into the predator's ship and starts scavenging it. The AI is like, we need food and we need parts. The ship is barely held together. And the AI is a fun character for her to talk to. It keeps her alone, yet she has someone to bounce off of, you know? And I do also like we get to see the Skull Collection once again. I always saw the Skull Collection. It was cool to see the Xenomorph in Predator 2. But I always wondered what all the other skulls belonged to. And keep that in mind in just a second. But anyway, she grabs a few things, and of course you gotta get off the Predator ship, because once the Predator's dead, it is going to explode. So she gets off with her loot just in time before the ship blows up. And on her way out, she happens to encounter a little alien kid. Keep in mind how I said I want to see what some of the other skulls are? Well, here's one of them, and of course, they're yelling at her. She doesn't speak their language, and with the communication problem, she can't specify that she's there to help them, and she winds up being chased off by these aliens who think she's just another predator. So yeah, I really did like getting to see another alien species, and if we flip back to the skulls, gotta be one of them, right? Like, are they this skull, or they might be that skull, right? But I love seeing alien species, and I don't want to go too far in the rest of the book. Like I said, we do get continued flashbacks to her as a kid, which I'm hoping change to other parts of her story later on. But we do get her talking to the AI, and you get things like her tracking the predator's hunting patterns. She talks about how there are these cycles, and the predators will follow these cycles, visiting these planets every 10 years or so. And, you know, I do like the idea of learning a bit more about predator lore and how they function in space, and going, okay, this planet was just hit, a predator will probably be there. So learning more about the predators, learning more about other alien species in the predator world, seeing other planets in Predator, seeing the early days of man's space travel, because this is only the 2050s, and plus a cool character out there on her own, tough, scraping by. She's really cool. So overall, the Predator book was a nice, pleasant surprise. We're still in issue 1, but the promise of things to come in this book is pretty good. So I really am looking forward to the rest of this book. I'm definitely more of an Alien fan than a Predator fan, but I was still looking forward to seeing this. And this was a really pleasant surprise, and I really am looking forward to seeing more from this book, and I really hope we get to stick with this character. The Alien book changed to a different character after issue 6. I really would love it if we just stayed with this character, because there is definitely potential in this setup, so I'm really hoping we stay with her. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my Alien and Predator playlist. Yeah, it's more Alien at this point. I will work to try to get more Predator stuff in there. But I did have a review for Hunters and some of the Alien vs. Predator stuff, as well as Marvel's Alien comic reviews. So if you want to see more, you can click right there and see more. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.